Hello and welcome to Deck Techs with LadyLavinias. In this one, we're going to be checking out a new deck just made called Infinite Counters. It is a really fun deck. It takes a lot to get there, but hopefully we can have some good games and try it out. So for this deck, your main source of things that you're going to need is this Emberos. Emberos says is a 4-mana 4/4. It says tap it. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Then it deals 2 damage to that creature. We have things that double counters, so between the Whining Constrictor or the Sporenclex. So with those extra counters, you'll actually be negating Ambros's ability to damage it more than you give counters. And the idea is to get a Cacophon out on the field. It is a really interesting dinosaur from Ixalan. It is a 4-mana 2/5 that says Enrage. Whenever it is dealt damage, untap target permanent. So the idea behind the deck is that we have either the Whining Constrictor, Branching Evolution, Sporenclex, a couple of different routes for gaining counters, and then we have Emberos down on the field, and we get this Cacophon down, and then when the Emberos does damage to the dinosaur, it untaps the Emberos in response. So you get an infinite counter type thing, which is really fun. And then we have Garruk's Uprising to give it trample and be able to go in for just an insane amount. So it has a lot of bits of control to keep it safe, a bunch of ramp because we need to get there, but overall really fun. So let's see how the deck performs and get into this new one. Alright, so in this one we want to be able to get some early control going. We're going to be trying to avoid any decks that have a ton of control, a ton of removal, so board wipes or hard removal for creatures is definitely going to be a problem. We're looking for an opponent that has a deck that is more centered towards just creatures. Okay, so in this opening hand we have 2 Leyline Prowlers, which are nice little fixings as well as good things to hold people back because they do have Death Touch. We have a Binding to make sure that we remove if an opponent has an enchantment or artifact that we can't deal with. Okay, there's a golden egg. Okay, so far so good. I'm definitely gonna get one of the Leyline Prowlers out first. Then I'll probably, after that, we might go a second Leyline Prowler, depending on what they're doing. They aren't really doing a ton of things. Ooh. Do that. Alright. So I'm actually gonna go Branching Evolution and Whining Constrictor, because there's really not much to do other than that. We'll just wait. There's really no reason to do much. There's a lot of setup. Charm Sleep. Okay, so it is going to be Sleep Forever. Okay, so we found all our low end. We haven't found any of our pieces, though, that we do need for the deck to work. So we'll be looking for that. Looks like opponent is in Simic, so not really any reason to be holding back our creatures. Not a ton of hard removal in those colors. Another Charm Sleep. Wow, I have a very sleepy Prowlers. Sleepy nightmare Prowlers. I mean, there's not much to do. Gonna get in for some damage and wait. There's not really any reason to bind. They just have some globes. Some eggs. Brainstorm is nice. Very curious on what opponent is doing. They're deciding what to put back in the top of their library as part of Brainstorm's ruling. Wow, okay. So we, again, still haven't gotten any of our pieces, but just hanging out. I'm gonna wait until opponent does something. Flood of Tears. Alright, everything goes back. It's an Omniscience deck. Okay. And they have Seagate to draw them a bunch. Well, it looks like we just lost. I'll let you guys see what's going on here, though. It's really cool. So they use the Omniscience that has been got into the field, and then they're gonna Aether Flux Reservoir, get a bunch of stuff, gain a bunch of life, and get up to 50 so they can just immediately shoot us in the face. Alright. Very nice. I will say nice. Good game. So a janky deck by itself on an opponent's side, it is a really fun deck. I do enjoy it, and if I'm gonna die one way, I'm pretty happy that it's the reservoir. All right, well, we didn't see any of our pieces anyway, so I'm gonna say that that one was just a wash, and we're gonna try again. If you're gonna lose, I'd rather lose all at once on one turn. Where it's very quick. It's not a slow death. Okay, so we have some of the pieces. We don't have all of them. Still missing the Embros and the dinosaur. I'm gonna call the dino for the rest of the video Kako. I'm not pronouncing the full name. I'm just not doing it. Yeah, I've deemed its name as Kako now. Alright. Get our little Paradise Druid out. Another one, that's fine. I can't have Drana live, unfortunately. She's too much of a liability, so we're just make sure she's not there. Alright, so that enters tapped. This, I think they have a bunch of removal spells. I'm gonna get the Varagoth out first. Going to bop him a bit. Looks like they might have been a life gain deck, yep. Alright, well now that's extra death touch for this. Wonderful. I do want my pieces, so what I'm gonna do is do this. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm actually gonna go Branching Evolution here. Just to set up for it. Soren's wonderful because we have a questing beast. Now I will have to play the questing beast first, unfortunately. Alright, so I think at this point in time, we are going to attack face, where they can't deal with it. Now I could go the Varagoth to get something else, but they can just get it back with the with Drana, and this doesn't have reach. This is oh, this is the other Drana. When it does come in, put it on each attacking creature. Alright, well then at that point, that's fine. Questing Beast with a load of information, making this unblockable. And I'm gonna go get my dinosaur. Stomp. I'm actually gonna say no box. We actually might Finality next turn. I think I might have to. Oh my goodness, I almost played the Embrose, but I just want to play the Embrose, I guess. These can't... Oh, that can block. Alright. Alright. So I have my 8/8. Renge of Ravens. Alright. We're definitely gonna get this out now. I really don't want to actually do damage, so I'm just gonna chill. I really don't even care about attacking them right now. I just want my fun memes. Alright, so we have the combo now. So now I need this to live one turn. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we got our full combo for this. I need it to be a little excess because of this, so... We're just gonna go a little bit crazy. Alright. 40 should be enough. Garruk's Uprising. Now they all have trample. Alright. Here we go. It's a 42-45, and I could keep going right now if I wanted to. But I won't do that to opponent. I won't make opponent wait. Alright, good game. So that's kind of the deck. That's what I was trying to do. So we got also lucky that we got the Grook's Uprising, because I would have had to do other things to make it a little bit difficult. But I could have gone Embrose, this for Infinity. There was no stopping this. It's just a manual do for 1 million on the on this Taco Dinosaur. And you kind of get it. So we have like Vorinclexes just to make it easier to do that combo, and it's just quicker, so I don't have to wait as long. That's why we have the Branching Evolution and this Winding Constrictor as well. So, full combo. Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna keep going, though I want to show you it a little bit more on the different decks. So let's play some more Magic. Now, if you're enjoying my channel, if you're having any fun with this and just interested in the decks, they're in the description below, so you can check out the deck list there, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying it, because I always forget to say that on these videos, and I'm trying to grow. So yeah, and if you haven't seen my other ones, they should be right up here. The power of YouTube is that I can do that and then add the stuff later and just say, yep, I'll do that. Alright, this hand is just okay. We don't have any of our pieces, but again, all of these lovely Death Touch creatures will hold opponent back, hopefully. And the Binding will be able to remove any enchantments or artifacts that we cannot deal with. Great. So just land for turn. Turn 2 Thought Erasure. I'm a witch. I need to go get my cosplay witch hat because feeling it today. Alright, well, let's see. The Binding went, so that means that they have things that they don't really want to deal with in Binding. Alright, so I did say at the very start of this deck tech that I'm not really... This deck doesn't really work with hard control, and Esper is one of the hardest ways for us to deal with it, so I don't know how great this game is. Inquisition of Kozilek. So this is a new archive that takes out... Says target player reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, and take something 3 or less. So... this deck is all about discarding hand. It also might be a Turgid deck, we'll see. So there's probably a bunch of removal, bounce, and discard, I would assume. Which isn't ideal for jank, I will admit. Alright, that looks like counter magic now, so we'll see. I will go for it anyway, because we have 2 questing beasts. So let's toss one out at least. Okay. It did at least stick. Probably will be removed, but who knows? Oh wow, surprising. Questing beast actually did work. It did come in. So choosing not to do anything else in their hand, play the Brazen Borrower instead. Prison Bar coming in the red zone. Okay, so going to attack with the Questing Beast first. That also hit. Wonderful. Alright, so we're gonna go Emberos. It's really risky, but at this point, I have to push. I could play the other Leyline Prowler, but I'd rather just get the Emberos in. It could also be countered, but I figured they would have countered probably one of the Questing Beasts if they could. Shark Typhoon. Alright. So they got their lovely flyers. Found a green source. Okay, so it might actually be an Emergent Ultimatum deck. We are now facing a Sultai deck instead of what I thought it was. Maelstrom Pulse coming in, unfortunately killing our lovely Emberos. And our Kako right after Emberos. That is unfortunate. Ooh. Game? There. Hello? Checking with our Questing Beast once more. Getting out our Leyline Prowler. This has lifelink, so it will be relevant versus opponent. Opponent looking like they're running out of removal or control. Two top is very scary though. Looks like they might have found more removal. Going probably into the red zone, yep, with both. Take 6. Going to 5. Now, I expect a removal piece on this Questing Beast after we go into attack. Interesting. Alright. We'll play our Kako then. And nothing. I expected maybe another Shark Typhoon for the lethal. Going to 1. I don't think we're actually going to be able to get our combo out at this point, but... I wonder what they put. They said 2 top, which is very interesting. Oh. I think they just maybe messed up because they didn't count on the Death Touch lifelink. Alright, good game. So very, very weird one, but I think they forgot that this thing has lifelink. So I was going to go to 1. Because they're like, well, we can kill us in the air, but the lifelink actually did matter here. I wonder what they put 2 top for. Maybe it was their Eureka moment? Get more things? Interesting. Maybe they thought they had more time. Anyway, so that was that game. Unfortunately, we didn't get our combo out, but we did win the game, so I guess we'll take that. Alright, so we'll jam again. Trying to get that wonderful combo. We were 1 turn away from it. We had Kako off the top, but that Maelstrom Pulse choosing to come in. Now, they did slow us down quite a bit with the Thought Erasure and the Inquisition of Kozilek. Thankfully, we were still able to stabilize. Alright, this is the first hand that I don't really like. There's not really a lot in terms of setup. We have the Branching Evolution and the Garruk's Uprising, which is decent. The only reason I might keep it is because of the finality and the fact that we go first. But it is risky. But you know what? We like risk on this channel. So, but I don't love the hand. Oh, it is a goblin deck. So I think we're about dead. Turn 2. If this is a Muxus deck, which looks like it probably is. I'll be dropping Questing Beast down next turn. So this isn't bad. But this might be better to save them for this. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go Branching Evolution. We'll wait. So we're still 3 away from finality. We need to draw 2 more in order to make that work. Okay, a bunch of goblins. They could theoretically this turn get out Muxus. Looks like they're not though. At least something. Muxus might come down after this, so I'm actually gonna go Questing Beast to get that Death Touch down there. Because they can't block this. It'll depend on a bunch of stuff. There's 1. 2. Franco. They don't have haste, thankfully. Now they do. But they did lose everything for that, so... it could have been worse. I'm gonna try to hit a land here. We really need lands for the finality. Nice. Get another Winding Constrictor in there as well. I don't know what opponent's doing. They keep pressing it. I think they're gonna try to undo it. Hold those back. Okay. You got it. Oh, I really needed another land right there. I think we might be dead now. Alright, I need a land off the top so I can go Paradise Druid. Oh, thank goodness. I think we're still dead. But I can at least block a bunch of things. That is unfortunate. We're very dead. I needed finality, I needed a land off the top instead of drawing the Paradise Druid. We were 1 off from doing so. It was very close. Here, it doesn't really matter. Here, and here. Very dead. If we were able to finality, I think we actually could have won this game. Very close. Alright. Well, we did take quite a bit of damage. Yep. So sometimes it happens, right? But considering it was goblins, we actually did pretty well. I'm pretty impressed and happy with that. If we had leyline prowlers, it would have been better because we could have negated some of the, essentially because they gain 3, it blocks something and we gain 2 life, it would negate essentially 2 of them. Alright, so we're gonna go Leyline Prowler. Our opponent is in Teamer. 4 Prowlers dead. Stock Giant. Alright, same thing as the first then. I'm gonna go with another Prowler. Lots of lands. We unfortunately don't have our pieces we need, but we do have a lot of ramp, which is double growth spiral. Alright, ramping all the way up as fast as they possibly can so they can get into the ultimatum. Fortunately, there's nothing really that we can do against that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so they're 1 away. 1,000-Year Storm. Thankfully, we have a binding for that, so I'm not as worried. Pop them, and then play our Paradise Druid. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a neat thing that you haven't seen yet. So we're going to actually play our Emberos now. And we are going to wait. Because I think you'll like this. So this is another alternative thing that you can do if they don't kill the Emberos. That is. Ah, well, the Fiery Cannonade did it, although that did use 2 shocks for their 1,000-Year Storm, which is at least something. So unfortunately, we weren't going to be able, like, I needed the Emberos to live in order to show you guys that, but that's okay. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna find this. Okay, so let's get both of them out onto the field again. So the idea is that... Fortunate. So they've used multiple of their stuff for the 1,000-Year Storm. They just kind of sacrificed that and going to try to do Giant. Oh, okay, so they also have a Clear the Mind. That also works. If you have the binding of the old gods, and it's the third one says creatures you control gain death touch until end of turn, you can actually use Emberos' ability to, because it has death touch, to kill an opponent's thing, which is really cool. They found another lightning strike. Unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. They probably cleared the mine to get that too. Ah, explosion expansion. Alright. Well, that is the game then. They weren't able to do 1,000-year storms. Instead, they just chose to get those shocks and those lightning strikes to get. Okay. I mean, that's fair. But I do like showing off. Let me see if we can do one more to see if we can get that third trigger go off. Be cool. Heroic intervention would have been very helpful a couple games ago. That's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. I'm actually gonna get the Bala in first. So we're gonna need it as a land. Taco? Nice. That'll be useful. Okay, it looks like we're going to be fighting Abzan. The Constrictor! That's what I want to do! We're doing Constrictor things! I'm actually going to pay for this, and I'm gonna get the Leyline Prowler in. I don't want my druid to be, focused yet. Alright, I'm actually really concerned about opponent's side of the board. So I'm actually gonna do this. Just to not deal with the counters there. Alright. I think we'll just get in because we're gonna gain 4. Fine. Ezra's Lieutenant. They're a very heavy counter deck. Oh, whoops, this is protection from multicolored. Oops. I forgot that that's protection from multicolored. To be honest. I guess I could have blocked there too. That was, very mistakes. Mistakes were made. That's what that means. I'm gonna go the other Gothodin. So this is a very counter-heavy deck. I took 4 for no reason there. I really should have been a little bit more careful. Another Basri. And that. This Basri is actually a problem for the Prowler. Alright, we'll go branching evolutions. And then we'll just wait. Gotta be a little bit more careful now. Be an arc bow. I do like the colony gives other things trample. That's an interesting include. Alright, so they killed the Ajani, which is wonderful. I don't have to deal with that. Okay. Well, that stops the trample. Alright. Doing Verga? Lay a land. I still can't deal with the Vivian, unfortunately. Ooh, that is a very good pickup. That is a wonderful top deck from opponent. Alright, well. That's a problem.
We're fit enough to survive.
We're gonna need to find something. We did not. Found lands. If I do this, I can't deal with the crackback, but if I don't do this, then it's gonna die. I mean, that's good news, at least. Alright, what saves me here? Heroic Intervention to draw? Binding? Maybe it's a binding. Questing Beast? Foreign Klexit wouldn't be the worst. I don't have enough for it. It's probably the binding. I think I'm dead here regardless of what I do. Oh yeah, because I'm one short. I'm actually, I didn't calculate this right, because I'm one short this way. 1, 2, 3. I think we were dead regardless of what I did because they made so many. Oh my goodness, the Ajani. Alright, well this is super ultra lethal. They get trample. Yeah, the Basri's Lieutenant is definitely a killer for us. I'm gonna say no blocks. I'm just gonna let you go. I am very ultra dead. Oh, well, that's okay. I mean, sometimes it happens. We were able to stop them early, but we bricked drawing lands when they top deck really nicely. So, it's okay. It happens. I think would have been nice, but yeah. I don't think there was a single thing I could have put there. Alright. So, that's it for this one. I hope you guys liked the deck. It is a really, really fun one. You saw some of the things where it actually, when it did work, I mean, jank it's not perfect, I'll be honest, but it is a lot of fun. You can look it in the description below, and remember to subscribe, because I do appreciate it. So until next time, bye YouTube!